Look, don't you think you'd had enough fun with me? You've already stolen my ambassadorship from me. Would you have me surrender too?
Not so fast!
You have no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know that a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you? As if I care. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, boot this guy out of the embassy and we can finally end everything. I know, and I will give it my all to see that he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he's just another witness. Yes, just another witness. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get this guy! And get him good! I wonder if they understand that all I can do is present evidence to the testimony. I killed Mr. Cookson in this theater using a knife that was stuck in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken the knife from there. Besides, Mr. Cookson's body was discovered in Balabar, right? There was no way for me to have transported his body from the theater to Balabar.
Objection!
Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look. What is that still supposed to be? It's footage from a security camera that captured the state of the immigration area. Should I congratulate you on getting your hands on it? Just letting you know that we're not the only ones watching your every movement. Thank you for the warning. Now if you can take a good look at this section here. This lump here inside the pushcart. Do you know what's causing it? Should I? Because I don't. In that case, let me tell light to you. This is the cause of the unnatural lump under the cloth in the pushcart.
Take that!
What is the meaning of this showing me that? It's to say that the unnatural bulge in the postcard is Mr. Cochin's body. You had to steal Samurai with his body away from the real crime scene. What a guess. But I wonder if you have any evidence to support it. I admit that for now it is but a hypothesis, however. If you can't prove it, then I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Hold it! Sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Gummy! Detective Gumshoe! Is that the Steel Samurai's pushcart? Yes, sir! I found it in the open air stage area. So that's where you went. The detective spirit that Pops left with me. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything to the case? Yes, it just might play a major role in solving this case, detective. Something isn't right. I thought that the entire Samurai family was in Alabast. Where exactly in the open air stage area did you find this pushcart? I found it just lying there at the edge of the stage, sir. Oh? Well, let's leave that for now and examine the inside, detective. Yes, sir! It's blood! This must be Mr. Cochin's blood. Which only goes to prove that Mr. Cochin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you.
Objection!
I forced him to move the body into Alabast? What nonsense! Why would I bother to do such a thing?
Objection!
You were scheduled to make a speech in Alabast, meaning it was difficult for you to make a stop in Baba. However, what if you moved the body to Alabast? Because it was your embassy, you could keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. and then you smuggle it out of Albus. I can show how you move the body from Albus to Baba. Then I win. But you can't. Security between the two countries is incredibly tight. I'll be the one to judge whether I can or cannot prove it. That's why I asked for you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after you return to Albus. Miles Edgeworth, have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved? To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time. I don't believe I made a mistake in my logic up to this point. Which means, there is no question that can't be answered, right? The next statue was smuggled successfully through a brief flight through the air. So I assume there'll be an answer to how the body was moved. Which means that there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can explain. If I looked at Elvis, I had my picture taken with the sealed samurai shaking hands. Then, just as I was about to stop my speech, the Yatagashuru appeared. I fielded for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office. Is that all? Yes, that's all.
Objection!
It looks like you left out a few things. Such as the mode of the mask, too. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office. Those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again. I do so hate to waste time. What? You. Is not every life precious?
Objection!
People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely through society. Then you look like to try hard because I thought you would find a single contradiction. He's really full of himself, isn't he? Yes, he is. How can he be so confident at a time like this? Come on, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you'd like. After I was into Albus, I had my picture taken with the steel samurai second hands.
Hold it!
So I wasn't only with the steel samurai. I thought the Pink Princess was also around. The Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time. And the doctors recommended that she rest. Wow, so you do have a soft side after all. The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels. So you tend to strain your back as well, huh? But isn't that just because you're normally all hunched over? Keep up the act no matter what, I suppose. The point of this is not to discuss my back problems. For about 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing for the speech. Then, just as I was about to start my speech, the Yatagashuru appeared.
Hold it!
The Yatagashuru is just a trick that you had set up. I must have reasoned you. How did you propose that I set it up? If you really want to know, I can explain in detail for you. You were waiting to spotlights in the rose garden so that when you would take the stage, your audience would see the Yatagashuru's shadow. Oh, that is an interesting thing. Except it has nothing to do with me. You! What's it going to take for you to fess up to anything? Very well. Let's move on to a different question. After the Yatagashuru appeared, what was the state of the rose garden? Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the elephant. And then once everyone was inside, well, I fielded for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office.
Hold it!
And what happened after you returned to your office? I I don't want to keep on repeating this, however. Upon my return, I had this stroke of bad luck and bumped into the masked man.
Objection!
And I don't want to keep on repeating this either. But his name was the Masks too. Who cares what he was called? By the time he got to the primitive extension that Halo was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man. Being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue. Miss Von Karma's really letting her whip fly now! I think the skateboard is so silent as he's doing it! She must be at the limit of her patience as well. The physical attacks are meaningless here. Only evidence will suffice. I can't find a single flaw in his argument! At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he is actually guilty of anything! I'll be finished here. Miles Edgeworth, can you not come up with how the body was moved to Baba? Mr. Edgeworth! Even after proving so much, is he going to get away with it? Is this the end? Hold it! It appears that we made it just in time. It would be a great honor if you would allow us to be your allies in battle. Evil magistrate, it is time for you to pay. It's the Steel Samurai. No, you're mistaken. For I am Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy! Ezzy Boo! Ugh! Two people that I want to see the least! Larry! What are you two doing here? Why to show your gratitude, Auntie? We just wanted to help, yeesh! I'm gonna get the bad guy with a single thrust of my fingers. Go away! How can you be so mean to us, Ezzy Boo? All three of us came to lend a hand, and this is how you treat us? Well, isn't this grand? I see they managed to find the Ion Infant. Does that really matter right now? Hey! Is this me, or is the Ion Infant completely soaked? Hmm? Oh yeah! I found him in Baba! He was in the middle of the pool! Wait a second! Larry, go back to what you just said! Huh? Oh, it appears that we made it! Not that far back! Something about finding the Iron Infant in Baba! You found it in a pool? I don't recall there being one in Baba. Oh, that? Well, I was in Albus the whole time. So I have no idea how the Iron Infant wound up in Baba. I thought I had lost him in the Rose Garden. I guess maybe this cute kid can swim, huh? Wait, what? Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden? Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. But I found him in... Hold it! That's enough, Larry. Iron Infant that Larry lost managed to move between the two countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant was found soaked in the middle of a pool. This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggle route between the countries. The key to the route the Iron Infant took to travel from Albus to Baba is... That's right. This embassy was built with biological symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! There's the location I was free to examine post-haste. Is where I believe the route used to smuggle Mr. Coates' body lies. Does something like that really exist, sir? An embassy built on biological symmetry, meaning that this is where we need to examine. Take that! Yes, sir! I'll be right back before you know it! It's too late. It doesn't matter now what you do. It's all a waste of time.
Not so fast!
You will stay here with us and wait. This is Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth! It's here, sir! There's a reservoir here, just like in the Rose Garden. Just as I suspected. What is it? The two sides of this embassy are mirror images of each other, which means that there is also a pool at the corresponding location on the Baba Lee side. The Goten's body was moved into Baba through the pool in Alves.
Objection!
Avoiding the topic of a vague answer like that is unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any. The iron infant is positively soaked in water. Why do you think that is? It's because he was fished out of a pool, and not just any pool. It was the Baba Lee's one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must be true. The water reservoirs and the two courtyards are connected.
Objection!
And there's the proof that the two sides are connected.
Objection!
The proof is right there before your eyes. The half-drowned iron infant. What? Get this blasted doll! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back! Hey! Don't tell me you guys figured anything out without me. We did, thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he is just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain.
Not so fast!
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, look, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body of this habitat passed on through to Baba. This guy's a doll and he's small, so I can believe it made it, but he has a point. Yes, that's right. I'm glad Sullivan here understands. Mr. Ledger, are we going to let suppose that the dead body can swim through a pipe? You see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man is far from over. Agent Lang, why is he helping Mr. Alba out now? He's not. He realized how far my argument and is helping to move the logical on. In which case, I should return the favor and find an answer. And another thing, Mr. Goetze's body was found in his office in Baba. So what happened to his body after it was transported to the open air stage? Mr. Alba had an accomplice in Baba, remember? Sheena, right? Oh, there, you can see how it was possible to move the body up to the office.
Objection!
Are you seriously claiming that Seed swam through the connecting pipe to lift the body? He's right! Machina would drown if she did that. It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe. Looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is still only held fake. In the end, it's all just a better for the musings of an accusatory man. Nelden, I believe you should give up and allow me passage. Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transporting the body. What? Mr. Prosecutor, we're causing our movements. What was happening in the embassy around the time Machina was in Baba? Oh, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool. Get rid of the water? That's it! Nell, I believe this time we're really all done, right?
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba. You are the most persistent man. Are you saying that you thought of a way to move the body through the water? Move the body through the water? That's completely unrelated to how it was done. Excuse me? The reason I say is because there wasn't any water there at the time. What do you mean there wasn't any water? Just what it sounds like. Tonight's event made it possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be moved. Take that! Tonight, the Yatagashu set fire to a variety of locations in the Babalese embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. If enough water was drained, the connecting pipe could be used to traverse the border.
Objection!
So what? The water level went down, the reservoir will connect it. Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this. Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in a game, there comes a critical game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall that you must overcome in order to beat the game. I haven't lost yet. I found a route you need to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat.
Not so fast!
Even if all the water was used by the firefighting effort, you still can't really call that a smuggling route. I know that. I sort of figured that you would notice. Hey, Mr. Alba, how deep are those pools anyway? I'll have you know, those pools are extremely deep. And there are no ladders or footholds along the walls either. It would be difficult for Sina to hold the body and climb up out of the pool. Ladders or footholds along the walls. There is no need for such things. What do you mean? If one were to use a certain something, they could go up or down in the pool at will. Oh, it looks like you've got an answer already. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already. When with Messina and the body were able to rise up to ground level, there was a way to control the water level. That could be the way the body was moved. This was used so that the body of Messina could move up and down in the pool. Take that! Mr. Alba used the fountain spouts in a manner of speaking. He used the fountain spouts? How so? The water level in the pools can be controlled by opening and closing the spouts. Messina and the body were lifted upward by the buoyancy in water. The fire on the Babalese side and the firefighting effort. These were set in motion all for the sake of smuggling Mr. Koten's body. Shall I show you where the final destination of my train of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spout in advance in preparation of things to come. Then he took the pushcart that was brought to the Rose Garden and pushed it along with the iron infant and Mr. Koten's body into the pool. At this time, Mishina was busy conveniently starting the first fire in Baba. She then made for the open air stage pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the first firefighters used the water in that pool, the water level went down. And by the time the fire was put out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed. This is when he pushed the postcard from Albus into Baba. Once that was accomplished, Mr. Albus simply opened the fountain spout once more. And the water level rose up to its original level along with Mishina and the body. After that, Mishina used the postcard to carry the body up to the secretist's office. There's an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see, even if for small frames, he could have easily transferred Mr. Koten's body. And that wrapped up my thorough examination of how the body was moved. Well, ex-ambassador Alaba, what do you think? That's untouchable without your precious extraterritorial whites attacked you, are you? I knew you could do it, Mr. Edgeworth! Wait to fight back!
Objection!
You accuse me of moving the body across country lines. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me. The nitty-gritty? What does the old man want now? Proof, I believe, is what he seeks. Yes, proof. Without any, who is to say whether or not any of what you said really happened? He wants proof? What are we going to do, Mr. Edgeworth? There is no need to worry. I've had all the proof we need all along. The body wasn't the only thing to go through the pool's connecting pipe tonight. This is Detective Gums who found the postcard in the open air stage area. So too did I find one other item there. And that piece of evidence is what will prove that the pools were the smuggling route. This was another thing that was smuggled over to Baba's open air stage area. Take that! And what exactly is this? You have no idea, do you? This little piece I found on the Babalese side will be your undoing. A guitar pick. Would you care to explain how that is going to do me in, as it were? Much to your chagrin, perhaps, but this is not a guitar pick. What? This is something I found at the open air stage, which was transferred with the body. I naturally assumed that you would recognize it, since you took a photo with it after all. Since you don't, allow me to show you what the fragment from this stage area belongs to. Take that! Let's take a good look at the motor weapon that was used to kill Manny Cochin. On the hand of this knife, there's a beautiful blooming flower. However, it would appear that it's missing a single petal. Now, let's see what happens when we try and fit this pick in that open slot. It's a perfect fit! I assume that the petal must have fallen off the brow of Mr. Cochin's body. And then it was accidentally placed into the postcard along with Mr. Cochin's body.
Objection!
That's an interesting story. Nothing more.
Objection!
Oh, and I assume that's more than just a story. I saw you not assume, sorry. Because for some odd reason, this flower petal was wet when I found it. It was wet? You say? Yes, and the only place it could have gotten wet from is the open air stage's pool. Now I ask you, how did a plant part of the weapon which was smuggled into the theater wind up in the open air stage area on the Babalese side of the embassy? I don't think I need to waste any more explaining this, as this petal explains it all for me. It proves that someone went from the Rose Garden's pool on through into Baba. Impossible! People in Zangfar have been waiting to see you face to face, Mr. Alma. I'll tell everyone back home we'll be there soon. You should be happy. This lie? Why? It's a little late to be asking that question. You should have known from the very beginning, when you took your first life. No matter how you may plot or how you may try to cover it all up, you can never hide from your crime and what you've done. Because we're here to see that justice is served to people like you.
Objection!
You can't call what you given a perfect argument. You know, I don't think this guy is going to ever admit to his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth. Because he values himself above all else. People who can't be negotiated with, or people who refuse to admit when they've lost. I don't believe those kinds of people really exist because everyone breaks eventually. You're right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all the evidence I have. Use it all until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. So, I request that you testify once more. This really will be the end of the line.